Within the challenge sets, it's possible to have finer grained control over how much support free speech provides and how much it expects a student to autonomously use their language capability to produce. For example, if I go back into the challenge mode,
I want the book.
right now this is the easiest form of challenge mode because it only has the words that are relevant and it provides all of the supports that the child needs to create a sentence. But for example, I could go into this arena settings for the specific challenge, and I could change things around. For example, if I tapped this word bar, I could make it more confusing or more difficult for the child by having the child manually create the sentence using the right word order. So now if I move the word I into the sentence, it no longer automatically puts the word into the sentence box. The child has to drag it manually into the sentence box. If I put the word want, for example, the child would have to manually put the word in the right location. It's also possible to make it even more difficult by having the child select from not just one word, but from a series of confuser words as well. So now it's no longer just the words that are relevant to the sentence, but also a couple of other words that may not necessarily be relevant. So now the child has to put two words into the right sequence. Another way that you can change the response of the child and what is expected from the child is by changing the words that are shown. So in the words right now, only the relevant words are shown, but it's possible to change that so that it shows all the words that are in the free speech database. So now, for example, you still have the words that you want to show, but you have many other words here as well. So the child may sometimes have to construct the sentence by going into a vocabulary list, which is more detailed than what is shown to the child. To go to a further level of difficulty, it's also possible to fade away the pictures so that the child has to not only be able to understand what the words are, but also to be able to read them. So now the child has to pick a word that's specifically being read rather than being decoded by looking at the picture.
She has a doll.